Welcome, Taurus, to your winter-summer solstice reading, where in the northern hemisphere, we are tilting away from the sun, and so we're going into winter, and in the southern hemisphere, we're tilting toward the sun, so we're going into summer. So for this reading, we're going to be asking, during the solstice, where are you leaning, what are you leaning away from, and what are you leaning toward? So all of the readings, all the cards that we're using in this reading, I do list in the description box below. So if you're interested in any of those and they catch your eye, you know where you can pick those up. This will be for the full solstice period from December 21st to around March 21st of next year. The first two decks we're going to use are going to be what you're leaning toward during the solstice. And we're starting off with the Sacred Destiny Oracle. So let's take a look and see for Taurus, where are you leaning toward, or what are you leaning toward? So let's take a look for Taurus. All right, that is your card. And you have wonders. All right, you are leaning towards wonderment. Where are you going? Let's take a look. Beautiful purples and blues. And let's see about the last card here. Oh, yep, it is. So this is the quartz crystal. And natural rock crystals, clear amethyst, citrine, citrine, kind of in talk, rose quartz. So all this beautiful quartz and smoky quartz, they were all revered in ancient times. The Aborigines of Australia called it Maban, M-A-B-A-N, which was the material through which their shamans and elders gained their magical powers. The Egyptians believed quartz had mystical healing abilities and would bury their dead with a piece of crystal on their forehead. The Greeks and Romans believed crystals were solid ice that had been formed by the gods and thus had mystical powers. Even present day, people believe that crystals can help manifest their intentions. Perhaps that is because of the piezoelectric qualities of quartz? It's P-I-E-Z electric qualities of quartz. The reason why quartz can amplify radio signals. Ooh. There are some places in the world where it's not uncommon to find crystals on the surface of the land. These are especially powerful because they have found you in their natural setting. Very nice. So the sacred landscape here wants you to know, just around the corner, exciting possibilities are waiting for you. Wonders will be abounding in your life. Sometimes they won't be apparent at first. Nevertheless, they are there. The more you see them and embrace them, the more these possibilities will grow in magnitude. Celebrate and cherish even the smaller ones, no matter how tiny they may seem. Let go of expectations. Don't limit the way you think that wondrous events could appear in your life. Be open. If you believe, anything and everything is possible. Wow. I like it. So you are headed into this wonderment, like Peter Pan for some reason is what I'm feeling. But there is this wonderment that you are moving into during the solstice. And then we'll look at the Sacred Forest Oracle next. See what else that these bring in for you. What else will you... Actually, they do want that card right there for you. So we will just stop. And this is what else you're moving toward. New beginnings. Yeah, Daffodil Fairy. So we knew that. Card number 10. Endings and new beginnings. Definitely with this wonderment, right? So let's see what other message they bring in. So you feel a tap on your shoulder, and in a flash of yellow, you see a daffodil fairy fly by you. In a high, sweet voice, she says, and I'm not going to attempt it. I don't want to scare you. But it says, the best is yet to be. It's time for a new beginning. With glee, you race after her into the forest. So life goes in cycles, and just as spring follows winter, a new cycle is beginning in your life. In the phases of the earth, the plants die in the fall so that there can be new birth in the spring. It's the universal dance of death and rebirth. There's a time to end and begin, and this is the close of one cycle and the beginning of another. We associate the daffodil with spring as it is one of the first flowers to emerge after the snows. Its shape echoes the feeling of trumpeting in the new season. Its color suggests vitality, radiance, and sunshine. The appearance of this card brings a message to wipe the slate clean. It's time to release the old and start again. It can be difficult to release familiar routine situations or relationships when they no longer empower you. However, your higher self encourages you to not cling to the old, but set sail into new waters. If you find yourself afraid to let go, Daffodil Fairy urges you to face your fear and allow yourself to stretch in a new direction. The Creator is at your side, and wonderful opportunities, wonder-filled opportunities will be born in your life. Wholeness occurs when you can say yes to both endings and beginnings. And the spirit of the Daffodil Fairy says it's time to start a new project or a new cycle. Life force and vitality are emerging. Release that which doesn't serve and support you, and make way for a new start. Success is at hand. Beautiful. I love it. Not much more you can add into that. It's so much in here. I love that. The wonder-filled moments. Wonderful. And then we're going to look in here at the archetype cards, which have both a light attribute and a shadow attribute. The light attribute is what you're leaning towards, and the shadow is what you're leaning away from. So we'll see what else Spirit would like you to know around this solstice. So what else? All right, so that's the one there. And you've got the priest. And the light attributes of the priest, that you facilitate spiritual commitment and you serve as a channel for spiritual energy. And so definitely, like, these crystals fine tune and are able to, like I talked about, expand the radio signal. This is like, with this new beginning where you're headed, you're able to expand the spiritual communication, the spiritual energy. Like it says, serve as a channel of spiritual energy. And you're moving away from these feelings that you violate the trust of your spiritual community. You're seduced by your own spiritual role. It's like you're moving away from a spiritual ego, which is defining yourself by your impact to others spiritually, into doing something from your heart where it's, you do it regardless of what praise or whatever recognition, whatever you get. Instead, you're doing it because you're discovering this is who you are. So this new beginning, I feel like you are really tuning into your beautiful, beautiful energies and your spiritual abilities too. We're also going to pull from the power of surrender to see what else you're stepping away from. So I like that we start off with our human ego, and then when we become spiritual, then a spiritual ego comes in. It's just full of fears of letting people down instead of you're doing it out of love. So you move from acting out of fear to acting out of love instead, which is total different energies. All right. So for Taurus, what else would you like them to know? What are they leaning away from? Okay, I want that one right there. And surrender to complete healing. Beautiful card there. It says, open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. So you're stepping away from the restrictions that you have about allowing love to really fill you up and overflow, which is what brings you true healing, instead of kind of suppressing and pushing down emotions and feelings, because sometimes when you're on a spiritual path, we have this belief from somewhere that, oh, I don't suffer anymore and I suddenly become perfect out of nowhere. But there's this beauty and opening up to this beautiful, compassionate, non-judging, unconditional, eternal love from above that sets us free, and it embraces us. It helps us transform our pain instead of, it doesn't point at it and going, what are you doing with that? In judging us, they're just like, here, let me hug you and let's transform that energy. I like it. So then we're going to pull from the Enchanted Map Oracle. And now that we've talked a little bit about what you're leaning towards, what you're leaning away from, this is going to be what you're going to do with all of this during the solstice or at the end of the solstice. So for Taurus, what would you like them to know, please? All right, that's the one. And you've got the Gentle Gardener. Yes, gentleness. And we'll put that right here. Card number 2. And let's see what that brings in here for you. Be your own person. Be a conscious co-creator. So the Gentle Gardener is visiting you at this moment in your life to remind you that your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs create the reality that you experience. She's the embodiment of the energy within you that's sent out into the field of co-creation and ensures that all that you are is reflected in the world of form. Are you aware of your thoughts? What are their quality? Believe in limitless possibility and you will see miracles unfold. Wonderment. The Gentle Gardener guarantees the integrity of everything you send out into the world. So stay positive and expect a wondrous return. Your garden is abundant with beauty. That's hilarious. So this talks about wonders and wonders and wonders. These have a reverse meaning too, which I like to read. It says, do you harbor resentments? How often do you reinforce negativity by affirming lack and limitation? Every time you send out a desire for something, but secretly harbor a belief that you're undeserving of it, you plant weeds in the field of your dreams. And when the Gentle Gardener appears in this position, she reminds you to be aware of any negative thoughts or selfish motives. She encourages you to step back and pay close attention to what thought seeds you send out into the world. Weeds choke the life out of your beautiful garden. No need to fret, however, because once you recognize this, you can always remove a bad seed and replace it with a healthy one. Forgiveness is your most powerful restorative tool. I like it. So wonderment, wonderment, wonderment is coming in here for you. And then we are going to pull here from the Tarot of Dreams. And we're just going to find out what the final message is Spirit has for you, Taurus, for this solstice reading. All right. So what else for Taurus, please? What else do you want them to know? Okay. All right. So we'll start with these 3 here. And you have the Justice card coming in. Justice card is about balancing of things and really looking into the thoughts, the beliefs, the mindsets, the attitudes. It's the Ace of Swords in the middle. Allows you to connect to the higher truths, those that are rooted in unconditional love. You see things from a higher perspective, which allows you to cut away the fears, the thoughts and the beliefs it talked about that are keeping you limited and small and in fear that we were talking about earlier. So you do have this beautiful period here of discovering that you don't have to only focus on those fears of losing conditional love, that there's always a second choice, which is these beliefs, these stories, these emotions that are rooted in unconditional love. So there is this clarity coming in. Yes, Page of Wands. So you do have this new passion, this new desire that comes in. This new beginning definitely is triggered as you realize you don't have to focus all that energy on those fears anymore. So it takes time, it takes energy to maintain all of this pain and all of this belief about what if, what will they think, blah, 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 all those fears. And when you slice those away bit by bit, all that energy that's been invested to keep something in place, now that it's not there, the energy returns back to you. And then this is what you helps move you towards this new beginning that's coming in. Yeah, the new beginning, death and rebirth. So it even talked to it. And look at even the purples match. So even the blues. So love that. So this death and this rebirth is happening, but it's a beautiful thing for you. The caterpillar doesn't mind ending its life as the caterpillar because it does transform into the butterfly. It's able to go places it never was able to go before. So I like it. Yeah, 10 of Cups. Emotional fulfillment and joy overflowing. So definitely this, another 10 too, which is endings and new beginnings in your emotions, but a beautiful new beginning, brightness, wholeness, completeness that's coming in. And I really love that for you. And there's that Ace of Swords. So here is definitely this bringing in new beliefs and mindsets and attitudes, seeing things definitely from a higher perspective, one that is rooted in unconditional love. And like I said, it's double-edged. So not only do you get this beautiful enlightenment of this beauty of no fear, of these beliefs and these awarenesses about the power of who you are, the truth behind things, not related to fear, like the small t truths, right? And so it cuts it away, and all this freedom, like I said, this energy comes back to you over and over again. Well, yeah, and here is the huge Ace of Swords that makes this Palace of Swords. Palaces are unique to this deck, but it's about creating this beautiful place where you feel safe in expressing your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets in ways that you never thought that you'd be able to do before. So once you connect to this place of unconditional love, I mean, you've got the Ace of Swords and all three of these here. Really, this solstice is you determining and seeing the deep, deep, powerful truths of unconditional love in the universe, yeah, which helps you cut away all of these fears and these thoughts and these beliefs that have been keeping you up at night, giving you nightmares. It's what you think about before you're going to bed. You wake up in the middle of the night thinking about it, after dreaming about it. And then the first thing you wake up when you wake up in the morning, all these fears, these thoughts, these beliefs, these mindsets, you are truly being set free from this, which takes you into this beautiful new beginning, this place and this time of wonderment. So I am excited for you. I mean, it's going to be wonderful. So excited where this leads you. Now, if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these videos, I also put out pick-a-card readings. I have weekly energy updates for each individual zodiac sign, monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and get notified immediately when they become available, give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button. And then by clicking the subscribe button, you're given access to the notification bell. When you go in there, there is an option for all, which if you select that, two things happen. One, you'll be notified immediately of new videos coming out. And number two, you'll be notified when I go live on YouTube providing free readings. Doing those things also helps spread the Zen love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like or share one of my videos, subscribe to my channel, comment on one of my videos, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy, crazy, excited, happy, it wants to automatically share the videos of my channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things I mentioned, please know I am very, very grateful. And these are general readings. If you want even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all of that information is listed in the description box of the video down below. All right, Taurus, as you go through this beautiful solstice, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing adventure. We'll be talking soon, I'm sure. And in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.